Bad that, wasn't it?
Saw it coming a mile off though.
Yeah, mile off, absolute mile off. Could see it. I don't know where we are. It's tough. We've gone from a first half there being completely in control to a second half where we looked like we were completely out of our depth, and that was hard. It was such a hard watch because honestly, when they scored their second, I didn't even feel like we were going to get anything out of that. I think there was only one team that were going to win that when they scored their second. I sort of felt like that when they scored their first, to be honest. It's so bad. It's something we've got to put right so quickly because this league is so unforgiving, and it's a difficult watch at the moment. And we're now facing a away game at Millwall, looking for points, because otherwise, if we don't, we are 4 games in with 1 point. I don't know what to say, to be honest, because that was so poor in the second half. We were cruising in that first half. We looked like it was like, oh, is Kiefer Moore going to score a hat trick? How many are we going to get? To literally just getting absolutely dominated in that second half, and it was so poor. I don't know. It was difficult. It was a difficult watch. That second half was. I don't know where we go from here because.
Sure
I don't know. I'm not sure there is anywhere to go.
Any worse?
I think we've seen a very telling. Something's very telling in the first 3 games, which you can sort of brush off after 1 game. You can brush off after 2 games, and then 3 games you sort of go, we're just not competitive in the second half. And
you'd think, though, from all the money that we've spent so far this season, we'd have some sort of edge, but it's not there at the moment for me, and I can't put my finger on it, and I don't.
I think you sort of inadvertently have put your finger on it. It's, we brought 10 players in who have never played together before, and that is probably our biggest weakness at the moment, that we have a bunch of players who don't really understand each other's game very much.
They need to do something about that off the pitch, because
on
the pitch it's...
but that's where I sort of back off a little bit, because that's just something that comes with time.
But like you said, the Championship's very unforgiving, and we don't have that time.
Maybe we don't.
3 games, we've got 1 point. It's just, I don't know.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I am absolutely devastated with that.
Well, tell yourself that 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, it's just that. It's not, I'm devastated with the points total after 3 games. What I am devastated with is our absolute inability to play in the same way in the second half that we do in the first half.
Yeah.
Because in the first half we were so in control. Yeah. It was unreal. It was like we were going to go on and score 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And then in the second half to have literally nothing. It was completely like there was nothing there at all. It was like we're not going to score again. We're definitely going to concede. It was just, I don't know how, and I'm not sure. We have obviously got the ability to play together as a team, as we showed in that first half. it's the second half that's the problem. And we're
And if
struggling
anything, that's
to
probably
see
the most
games out.
important part, I think, to hold on to those goals and not concede any. But we just seem to, I don't know. Like you said, the first half was amazing. It was brilliant. You thought, yes.
Sorry, we're just trying not to get run over. Sean's right there. It's a case of we are struggling to see out games, and that's going to be a big problem in the Championship this season. It's going to be huge, and I don't know. I'm trying to be so professional and laid back. But I'm not. I'm fuming because
Works in the National League, doesn't work in the Championship.
No, I'm just fuming because it's just so poor. Because we were just out of it completely in that second half. But there we go. Look, two teams who have picked up their first points of the season. So it's not as if, two teams have lost their first two games and then have come back and have rescued a point in their third. You would argue that Sheffield Wednesday are a little bit more happy with that than us. They were 2-0 down. They're away from home. So the point for them is a lot easier to swallow than maybe it is for us being 2-0 up and at home. That's, got to be happy with that for them. But yeah, I think changes. I don't know, because I was sort of looking at the bench and thinking why. I think Sean had made the comment, why aren't we making some more changes? And it was obviously like, who is there to sort of affect the game? And there wasn't, there's not really anyone there. I don't know. I'm fuming. I'm not. I can't. We were just look completely lost in that second half, and it was. I think 3 games in, that's the one thing that's now worrying me.
Yeah.
It wasn't panic stations before the game, because we looked good against West Brom, although we tailed off in the second half. We were well in the game in the first half against Southampton, tailed off in the second half. And now, third game of the season, we were completely in control in the first half, and we tailed off in the second half, and then we've dropped a 2-goal lead, and we've ended up with 1 point. So
I think this game has been the worst game for me. I know I said that about last week. I said it was the West Brom game, but now purely because I don't know, they just don't have the there are players there that are, individually were spot on. Cleworth played well. Broadhead is amazing with the ball, but collectively, I don't know. It's just not there.
Look, maybe it's a lose your head moment where you sort of go, look, you've just got to give this time. Just got to give it time, and it will come together. If you give it, another 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Yeah, but where will we be in the table then? That's what we've got to think about.
Yeah, I know, and I think it is there. It's there already in the first half. It's just why we can't seem to carry it forward into that second half. That's the problem.
Bit of a depressing day, I think. It's like,
I think all in all, it's it's
we've
not
got
been.
a point, I suppose. Every cloud and all that, but it's proper I don't know.
Yeah, let's try and be positive.
But Ryan's proper tamping.
I'm not happy because it's it's a game that we literally had in our hands, and we just went, nah, not doing it,
Yeah.
and we just, yeah. Look, I'm going to end it there because I just don't know what to say, and
It's a bit of a disappointment. You know, we had all high expectations going into this game, and I don't know. Come up
Look,
with a
guys,
point. I
look.
don't even know what to say
Look,
anymore.
if we're gonna drag a positive from today, then I think that we have our first point of the season. That's a positive.
Positive. Sorry, I was trying
First point of the
to stop our
season.
child from getting run over.
First point of the season.
Yeah.
Positive,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
And let's try and shy away from the fact that we threw another 2 away. But yeah, look, join us on Monday. Podcast.
More of this.
More of this.
More of this.
Podcast Monday, 6 p.m. Join us then. Yeah.
Enjoy your Saturday.
Enjoy it, whatever.